Hey, I've been watching this series here called Indian Wars, and it's a five-part documentary series on the Indian Wars. And I'm going to start exploring that topic with you, but I'm going to show you a photo that they use in, well, not every segment of the five-part series, but at least three of the five, this photo appears. And I have half of it draped. Now, the reason I have draped half of it is supposed to be a white man who was butchered by the American Indians with arrows and all kinds of things, and he's naked. So I am not showing the lower half of the photo. That's why there's a curtain there on my television screen. So this photograph is kind of meant to persuade people that American Indians were so barbaric and bloodthirsty and just couldn't wait to wage war on the white settlers in the West, all of which is a lie. And I'm going to show you in several other videos that the Indian Wars are just like all other wars. They are phony. So in this photo, you're immediately struck with the idea, oh, this is so horrible. Now, what you don't realize is that it's all demonic. So if you look over to where the head is supposed to be, what is that? Just above the neck area, what is that? And then you look at the arrows and they just go straight through into the ground, which doesn't make a bit of sense. And another thing that doesn't make any sense is if there are some arrows in a person's body, eventually they're going to try to pull them out. So this whole thing is pretty crazy. But what I want you to see is the background. And by that I mean the little blobs above the so-called corpse. Those are demons looking at you. Now I'm going to magnify it. Maybe you can see them just right now, but as I magnify it, it will be a little more obvious to you. Okay, that's a magnification. And I'll go up another notch with it. I'm going to come back. It's a little too blurry. Okay, so that's the original, and I'll magnify it. Scooting over to my left. Oh, and by the way, while we're on this site, this particular pose, of course, the one arrow that's at a 45-degree angle goes right into, guess what? You guessed it. And look at the hand. The hand is a little creepy too, because it's dark colored and the whole rest of the corpse is light colored. So the whole corpse should either be light colored or dark colored. Well, what is it? Light or dark? Again, it's both, because they believe in dualism. light and dark, black and white. They want to combine the good and the bad. Okay, so let's take a look at those fingers. Now it looks like there's almost like a claw there growing out. It's just not natural. Let's try to magnify it again and see if it helps. It's a little too much, so we'll go back. Once again, back to the hand. Why is not the whole body darkened? Okay. Now we're going to go up to the top part and have you take a look up there. There's where you can see the demon heads real easily. You see them, they're everywhere. I'll scoot off to the right. Now this would be passing the body down by the feet, but again I have a drape over it so the male part is not exposed. Whoop. Okay, let's try it again, and we'll go up, we'll magnify and go up. Okay, there's where all little demon heads are. Can you see them? And then I'll scoot off to the right. Okay, this is a pretty common thing that's done by the occultists, especially when it involves death. They will embed these little demon faces into the photographs as a way of spooking you out. But it's not so much the man corpse lying there on the ground with the arrows that freaks people out. What freaks them out are the little demons looking at them. They don't realize it. That's why the photograph is so troublesome. But they think it's troublesome because there's arrows in it. But it's these little creatures that are embedded into the photograph. So back to the original. And then if you go down to where the arm is, it looks like they took knives from the ground and pushed them up through the body from the ground, where there's like a claw there. It's hard to make sense of. And once again, it's hard to make sense of the head. So none of it makes sense, but it has demonic power. In fact, the demons are down below too. We'll go down, we'll magnify and go down. They're down there too, in the lower part of the screen. Now that's supposed to be the head, I guess. Even that don't make any sense. But it's those little demon creatures that really spook people out. And they think the whole thing is spooky because it's a corpse on the ground with arrows sticking in it. Well, the real power of it is it's those demons embedded in the photograph. And once again, that was in the documentary series, and it was cited at least 3 different places, 3 different parts of the 5-part Indian Wars. There were no Indian Wars. There were lies about the American Indians. And hence, more phony wars. I'll have more to bring to you on this subject. Thank you for watching. End of video.